The conversation unfolds with the guest reflecting on poignant moments in his career, beginning with a memorable interview with Barbara Walters. She challenged his intentions, sparking a discussion on ambition and gender dynamics.
The first question she asked me was, "Are you a hustler?" And I said, "If you mean, do I hustle every day of my life?" "Yes, I'm a hustler." She implied I was using Barbara. She wouldn't have dared ask a man that question.
His collaboration with Barbra Streisand on A Star is Born marked a pivotal creative partnership, although the guest recounts a humorous skepticism from Streisand herself.
I was creating alternatives for her, and I was involved in A Star is Born. When I first read it, I called her and she said, "You schmuck, it's been made 3 times before."
The guest then delved into an encounter with Elvis Presley, revealing potential film collaboration that never materialized due to managerial decisions.
When I met Elvis, he was so overweight he couldn't sit in a chair. He said, "I got a problem." Colonel Parker said Elvis wanted to do the movie, but without me. Priscilla Presley later told me Elvis cried that he didn't do it.
Did you watch the new Elvis movie? They did an amazing job.
Yes, because they did it differently. It was amazing.
Their discussion then transitioned into the fresh reinterpretation of Elvis in a recent film, which both admired for its innovative storytelling. Lastly, the guest reflected on his friendship with Michael Jackson, attributing inspiration for Michael's iconic music video to a classic film with his involvement.
Michael Jackson and I became friends. He took me to his house, showed me Thriller, and said, "I copied you to do Thriller."
American Werewolf in London is the greatest horror movie of all time. I worship that movie.
In this insightful conversation, the guest highlights the transformative impact of the Gracie family on martial arts. Their contribution is enormously influential, reshaping the very landscape of the sport. The UFC under Dana White has become a cultural phenomenon, celebrated for its authenticity and dramatic storytelling.
The Gracies are the most important family in the history of martial arts. Totally. They're the most important contributors overall.
You're a big part of it too. Thank you very much.
The conversation shifts to the UFC's evolution, with the guest expressing admiration for Dana White's role in maintaining the sport's integrity.
If you left the show, I would be very upset. If Dana leaves, I'm gone.
The guest dives deep into the creative journey behind the film Batman, revealing intuitive and sometimes unorthodox decisions that led to its success, with candid insights into casting choices that initially faced skepticism but eventually proved groundbreaking.
Well, I like Batman because it was one that it broke. Nobody had done anything like that before. And I had a big affair with Kim Basinger over there, and we fell in love.
Reflecting on the intense action sequences, the guest talks about assembling a team of martial artists, pushing boundaries that often led to injuries on set. This bold choice reflects his commitment to authenticity in filmmaking.
I hired all UFC fighters to fight my stuff. There's no such thing as UFC fighters, but those guys. Martial arts guys. 2 guys went to the hospital that got cut because I pushed the limit on the damn thing.
A pivotal moment of insight came with casting Michael Keaton as Batman. Despite initial resistance due to Keaton's comedic background, the guest saw something deeper in him that aligned perfectly with the role.
Did people resist Michael Keaton as Batman? Nobody liked the idea of a comedian.
They wanted a 6'3" guy to come in with the big muscles. I said, no, look in his eyes. He's a killer. He'll stab you 5 times in the neck before you even know what happened.
He highlights the need for artistry to teeter on the edge of madness. This philosophy also resonated with other actors like Christian Bale and Jack Nicholson.
You have to be crazy to be that good. Jack Nicholson is my good friend, and he's crazy as a loon. Has to be. And a brilliant guy.
The guest shares a humorous tale of his previous misunderstanding with Nicholson, showcasing the kind of wild, captivating personalities that often define cinematic excellence.
Many years later, I do Witches of Eastwick. And we're going to meet Jack Nicholson, and as I walk in, he looks at me and says, "Hey, Cinderella sucks."
Holy shit. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god, that's hilarious. You almost beat up Jack Nicholson.
With infectious passion, the conversation reveals that recognizing talent often involves seeing beyond the obvious, capturing the essence of roles and the dynamic vision that brings films to life. The conversation centers around the guest's life, marked by resilience and the ability to seize opportunities. Early exposure to Hollywood, thanks to his uncles who worked with stars like Marilyn Monroe, set the stage for his career.
Pull up his IMDb. It's crazy. I mean, just producing 80, 90, something like that. And so many hits. American Werewolf in London, Caddyshack.
What's the overall number, though?
The guest's drive is evident in his encounter with Barbra Streisand, showcasing his willingness to work for free to gain a foothold in the industry.
I put the word out that I wanted to meet her, and I'd go any place for free.
And are you a hustler?
Yeah, baby, I am. Every sense of the goddamn word. Even when your leg hurts, you hustle.
Dealing with anxiety was part of the journey, yet it didn't stop him from tackling challenges like schoolyard fights, where he used creativity to navigate tough situations.
One time, I knew I couldn't beat this kid. I did a Superman punch and knocked him out.
Really? That's a creative maneuver.
The guest's experiences in handling both triumphs and adversities highlight a distinct blend of strength and vulnerability. His reflections reveal a life dedicated to recognizing and aligning opportunities with personal. In a gripping account of a home invasion, the guest illustrates extraordinary bravery. Despite being caught off guard, they leapt from a mezzanine to subdue an intruder, embodying a real-life superhero inspired by John Wayne and Elvis.
He was coming in with a little pistol. I looked at him and dove right on top. He ended up with 160 stitches.
That's a wild story, man. How have you had so many stories?
The conversation then shifts to the world of combat sports, highlighting the perception of fighters like Daniel Cormier. Initially underestimated, Cormier defied expectations with his skills.
I didn't like him at first. He didn't fit my view, but now I'm madly in love with him. Daniel Cormier is amazing.
You didn't like him because of his physique, but he's always calm and just dominates.
Totally. He reminded me of Fedor. They don't have low body fat, but they're phenomenal athletes.
The guest also discusses Bas Rutten, known for winning fights off his back with incredible power. His fighting style and resilience were legendary.
Bas Rutten was a machine. One of the only guys to win off his back when he beat Randleman.
In his prime, Bas Rutten was a monster.
The narrative weaves through tales of unexpected strength and legendary prowess, showing how appearances can be deceiving and true greatness often emerges under pressure. The podcast dives into the heart of UFC's controversial in-fight tactics, with a focus on Luke Rockhold's actions. The host and guest analyze how charisma affects perception, touching on Rockhold's movie star aura and the allure that plays into fighter arrogance.
Well, except it's legal. You're allowed to smear your blood all over a guy. I've never seen it done so blatantly.
I would not say that. To me, he's like an actor, a movie star.
They explore the humorous notion that Rockhold's perfect appearance might be why others feel overshadowed, leading to playful envy.
I always say the only reason anyone gets laid is because Luke Rockhold didn't show up first. He's got a beautiful body, and he's tall. That bothers people.
That's why people get mad at me, man. I still got hair. The UFC has been an amazing hobby.
The conversation shifts to memorable fights, particularly spotlighting the thrilling nature of a recent Rockhold match.
Weren't you entertained by that Luke Rockhold fight? That was very entertaining. Phenomenal fight.
Even you said it. It was like a movie. If you saw that in a movie, you're like, come on.
Discussions also drift into nostalgic stories of training with legends, infusing warmth and camaraderie.
I loved it when he took out the bar fighter, Tank Abbott, and training with Carlson Gracie every day for 3 years. I even introduced Victor to marijuana because he wouldn't train otherwise.
These playful exchanges underscore how shared histories and fond remembrances connect people, highlighting the unifying power of. In a nostalgic reminiscence, the guest fondly recounts playful sparring sessions with the legendary Sugar Ray Leonard, emphasizing genuine camaraderie beyond the ring. These lighthearted exchanges took place in the comfort of a living room, symbolizing true friendship.
And you would spar with him? You sparred with Sugar Ray Leonard?
Oh, yeah, but not spar. Just play, spar.
Yeah, we were messing around. Sugar Ray still works out all the time. That's how he stays young.
The guest admires Sugar Ray's active lifestyle and deep family connections, attributing them to his post-boxing success. These reflections convey warmth and respect for Leonard's life off the stage.
It's nice to see, and he's got a great wife.
He's a guy of everybody that has really done it all. Got a great family. He looks like he's made some money. He's had a great life.
The guest reveals a vibrant past where he flew from Paris just to witness Leonard fight Hearns, underscoring his passion.
Oh, he was the elite of the elite. I flew in from Paris to see him fight Hearns.
The conversation shifts to memories of Paris with Michael Jackson during the cultural explosion of Thriller. Riots reflected the electrifying impact of the era, revealing the grandeur of living amidst legends.
I was in Paris with Michael Jackson when he did Thriller. When he started doing his stuff, man, Michael and you it was amazing.
Wow, John Peters, you've had a hell of a life.
The guest expresses a desire to delve into more stories, revealing many untold tales, highlighting a fulfilling connection through these cherished recollections.
I'd love to come back at some point because then I can think about what I didn't tell you.
Yeah. Tell me some other stories.
Come back. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much.
Reflecting on significant relationships, the guest shares how transformative they have been in shaping his life, attributing his career success and personal growth to these connections.
It took a long time to get over it, but I never got over it. But women saved my life because every time I got somebody good, she was smart, she was talented, and she filled in that thing. Barbara gave me a career, and my wife gave me love.
He candidly reminisces about a complicated connection with a former business partner's wife, navigating blurred lines but maintaining boundaries,
We got so close that she started feeling for me, and because I'm a talker and Peter isn't, she started getting very connected to me. Not in my intention, not in my want. I never touched her, but she would come sit in the jacuzzi with me and 10 other girls and smoke dope, and it just got too close.
Discussing the production challenges, the guest describes the intensity of forging connections in the film industry and the importance of maintaining a clear vision.
Is that one of the hardest things about putting together all these films, is the relationships between all the people that are involved?
Yeah, you have to master manipulator. And you've got to be with each other all the time because you're working 16-hour days. And you have to get them to do things they don't want to do.
His ambition to create a movie about the UFC weaves through his stories, showing his unwavering passion for authenticity.
I sat with Dana and I said, "This is bigger than the Power Rangers, Dana."
Reflecting on personal anecdotes, he recalls encounters with celebrities in his early days in film, highlighting the broader narrative potential of the UFC.
I was dating Catherine Zeta-Jones. We went to a big fight in Oklahoma where there's a gun show right here.
Ultimately, he envisions a film where gratitude and ambition intersect, much like the influential women who shaped. The guest shares his journey into martial arts, starting with early lessons from Bob Otto, a gardener linked to the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu legacy. These formative experiences laid the groundwork for a lifelong passion.
My grandfather's gardener, Bob Otto, started by choking me with my own jacket. That was my introduction to jiu-jitsu.
He trained with legends like Chuck Norris, who recognized the importance of jiu-jitsu and brought the Machados to his academies.
I trained with Chuck Norris for 4 years. He was legit, recognized he needed to learn jiu-jitsu, and brought the Machados to his academies.
Chuck Norris with those incredible kicks. Amazing to learn he went on to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
The conversation shifts to discuss vulnerabilities in martial arts heroes like Don Fry, recognizing the immense challenges they faced.
Back in the day, all these guys thought they were unbeatable. Turns out they were so vulnerable.
Watching those fights was amazing. Those guys would do fight after fight, night after night. It was incredible.
They reflect on the shared admiration and impact of martial arts in their lives.
It's inspiring to see how exploring things you love can shape such an incredible path.
I'm very fortunate. These conversations mean a lot to me. It's a privilege to share this space with you.
They acknowledge the profound impact of martial arts and meaningful conversations in their lives. The guest shares a transformative experience of resilience after being shot during a gang fight.
It was a gang fight. And a guy brought a couple of guns, and this guy shot the gun and a bullet hit me in the chest.
You still have a bullet right now?
Yes. It's in like a fatty part of my body.
Isn't lead toxic?
Probably. It probably should come out. But do I want to be cut? No.
To him, the bullet symbolizes gratitude and resilience, embracing life as it is.
Every day that's a good day. Every day I'm grateful. And I have to work on it.
You kind of are a shaman if you're leading people in a spiritual direction.
All my people go to therapy. All my people talk about their feelings. Otherwise, they can't be there.
The conversation shifts to Mike Tyson, reflecting on his transformation and emotional intelligence.
Tyson is maybe one of the consistently smartest guys I've listened to. He's very thoughtful and knows a lot about pain.
In his prime, Tyson was like no one ever before.
More so, he's developing his emotional intelligence.
The gods of war have reignited his ego. In his prime, man, he was like no one ever before.
He was a phenomenal combination of a kid from a horrible background to getting adopted by a genius boxing instructor with incredible work ethic and genetics.
The guest and Tyson exemplify embracing perceived flaws, leading to profound The conversation opens with insights into Victor Belfort's journey, emphasizing the role of mentors like Al Stanky. Despite facing challenges with undefined weight classes in early UFC, Belfort's perseverance stands out.
I put Victor with Al Stanky. He taught Victor how to bob and weave and everything.
Back then, he was fighting guys like Randy Couture.
If he was able, from the time he was 19, to fight at the weight class that was natural to his body, he would have been one of the greatest of all time.
The guest discusses his fitness journey, highlighting Brazilian jiu-jitsu and a balanced lifestyle.
Raw fish and vegetables. I have a chef. She's the greatest, and she cooks for me wherever I go. I train for my life, man. I live in my spa.
He adeptly manages multiple companies, showcasing his delegation skills.
I run like 30 companies. People can finally see who I am.
Spirituality and relationships are vital for healing past traumas and enhancing life quality.
Gratitude saved my life by bringing spirituality into it.
In what form?
Studying with Joe Dispenza, therapy, dealing with childhood trauma.
This reflection captures growth, success, and personal healing. The dialogue explores personal growth and creativity with candid insights into stress and self-medication.
If you're not happy, money means nothing. Take it from me.
Despite adversity, the guest emphasizes resilience and self-care.
The way I eat, think, do. Just keep pushing. You're alive right now. All you have to do is just keep pushing.
If you're alive, you can get better.
Many billionaires are dead.
A light touch is brought as they nod to Mark Zuckerberg's stress relief through MMA.
Mark Zuckerberg's doing MMA. He's pretty good at it.
When you're focused on that, it cleanses the mind.
They appreciate Jerry Bruckheimer's work on Top Gun, marveling at its sequel.
Top Gun is one of the best movies I've seen. The new one, the cameras are in the cockpit, man.
Great movie. I've seen it over and over.
The discussion highlights growth, whether in personal life or filmmaking. The conversation shifts to intuition, loss, and healing, with the guest's unique approach to casting.
I knew Brad and Angelina together would be amazing.
It's about communicating through energies and connections.
It's how you communicate with their energies.
Personal trauma surfaces as the guest discusses his sister's death and healing through therapy.
Her passing shook me because she had 5 kids. I was numb. This therapist, Dr. Bita, helped me open up.
Unconventional healing methods, including early psychedelic experiences, are explored.
I came back with PTSD. I never.
The conversation navigates the intriguing parallels between fighters and predatory animals, with Mike Tyson at the center of admiration. The guest reflects on Tyson's energy, describing it as transformative and formidable, likening it to the instincts of an alligator ready to strike. The dance in the ring is not just about brute force, it's a complex interplay of strategy and courage.
If you see an alligator go after its prey, they move back and boom, jump and jive. That's pure instinct, like watching Tyson. He's a machine.
While reminiscing about Tyson's fights, the guest sheds light on Tyson's fears and vulnerabilities. The internal struggle before a fight. Tyson's secret, as it seems, is that fear fuels his fire.
If you think he's anything but frightened to death about this fight, you're wrong. But as he builds confidence, little by little, it turns into power.
The discussion moves to Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Horace exhibition fight. The guest acknowledges the challenges faced by both fighters, with Tyson's strategy in cutting off the ring taking the spotlight.
Oh, yeah, that already happened. It looked like they really liked each other, putting on a boxing exhibition.
Amidst this admiration for fighters, the guest talks about his own journey of success and his intentions to make impactful investments in the younger generation. This reflects his belief in authenticity and communal growth.
I've been fortunate enough to make a ton of money. And I'm going to start putting it to work in ways that'll help a lot of people. Winning feels good, but giving feels better.
It's clear the guest sees a connection between honesty, the energy of authenticity, and a desire to share his fortune. This not only enriches others, but also reflects back on his personal growth, creating a cycle of positive energy through genuine actions. In this engaging discussion, our guest navigates the intricate world of filmmaking. With a storied past in crafting beloved classics, he shares his vision for bold, new projects.
I'm gonna make a new Caddyshack. I just got off the phone with Shaq. We're putting everybody together in this. It's going to be a very funny story.
The guest envisions assembling a cast of icons to breathe new life into Caddyshack, blending tradition with fresh perspectives to create enduring entertainment.
It's amazing how films like American Werewolf in London just stand the test of time.
Thank you. It's hard work. Something like American Werewolf in London? There are a few classics like it. Making movies is a miracle.
The conversation shifts to the art form itself, the miraculous journey of completing a film amidst its myriad challenges.
I give people an Academy Award just for getting a movie made. It's impossible with all the pieces, agents, and the lying and cheating.
His candid insight into the filmmaking process reflects a deep respect for the sheer complexity and perseverance involved.
I have a movie I'm going to do called Africa. Eric Roth wrote it for me 22 years ago. It's a beautiful love story against the backdrop of stopping poaching in Africa.
The guest passionately recounts his 2-decade commitment to developing Africa, a love story that intertwines personal sacrifice with cultural themes.
I've been developing this for 20 years. It's about a journalist and a guy trying to stop the killing of animals. Beautiful story. We see the whole Black experience in culture.
What keeps you fueled at this point?
Stories, stories, stories.
His driving force remains the power of storytelling, an enduring commitment to capturing and sharing narratives that resonate deeply with audiences. The episode delves into the parallels between professional fighting and creative industries. The guest shares his experience with a project on UFC female fighters, illustrating challenges in creative endeavors.
Let me do a little special on the fighting girls of the UFC. He said, done. So I put together a team. It was incredible.
However, corporate regulations impeded the progress of his ambitious project, even after a significant personal investment.
He calls me back almost when it's done. He said, can't do it. They don't want any outside producers, and I'd already spent $60,000. But I said, I don't want to cause a rift. He said, you love me, not thinking that the new company has rules.
His passion for the project and the sport remains undeterred, shared with Dana White, a pivotal figure in UFC.
I'll talk to him. Well, I love Dana to death. Anytime Dana has something like that, I'm down for it. Without him, none of this would be possible. He's a fucking maniac. He lives for it.
The conversation shifts to fighters like Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, highlighting athletic demands.
Paulo Costa? He didn't use all of the body shots he could have in the last time. Luke Rockhold is a bad motherfucker. It was a tough fight, but you can only maintain it for so long.
No, I lived it. Slightly differently, but yeah. I've lived it 3 or 4 times. First time was in the fashion business. It's not the same as fighting.
His career reveals the cyclical nature of success across fields, noting its transience in fashion and film.
The reason why it's not like fighting is the fighter's body stops working and their mind wants to continue.
It happens in my business too. If you're in the upper 1/10 of 1%, you have a time when it's all over.
They reflect on the beauty of succession and change, whether in sports or the arts.
I think that's with everything in life. It's beautiful to see the art form carry on.
The conversation pivots around transformation, emphasizing how focus and resilience can lead to personal rebirth. The guest's journey from a troubled past to a renowned salon owner mirrors this process. Much like Mike Tyson under Cus D'Amato's guidance, singular dedication can transcend turmoil and lead to success.
You know, the thing about Mike is that what beat everybody was his brain. He knew what to take from Gus, who hypnotized him to focus solely on the task.
Gus was a hypnotist? Makes sense why Tyson was laser-focused.
The guest explains that obsession is key to excelling in any field, likening it to his dedication as a hairdresser after being placed in beauty school.
Yes, you have to be driven. You have to want to be better. That was my thing then. I'd go to Paris, the collections, the girls. I was like, oh my God, I'm in heaven.
How did you get into hairdressing?
When I got out of juvie, my mother and the judge put me in beauty school.
Reflecting on his past, the guest recounts a turning point involving a gang fight and the incidents he witnessed.
I never said this before. It was a gang fight in San Fernando. It was the changing of my life.
He shares his success in running a salon frequented by celebrities, employing talented yet tough hairdressers.
Years ago, I had a beauty shop on Rodeo. It was called the John Peters Salon. Everybody's hunting the girls. I'd have 40 or 50 beautiful girls getting their hair done all day long.
That does sound like a movie, a bunch of tough guy hairdressers out there protecting you.
Through resilience and focus, The guest highlights how embracing all aspects of life's journey, both light and dark, can lead to enlightenment and success.